Are you ready?
I'm ready. I think that was actually an appropriate musical choice, considering the first drink we have makes me think of like harder metal music.
Because it's in an aluminum can, or
There's something about there's just something about the graphic. It just makes me think of a little bit more intense guitar music. So.
Well, that's what we've got for this. Give it a shot. Why do you think if the best intros we're not actually doing an official review or something?
Well, I'm introing the whole show.
That's the show. What is the show?
The show about beverages.
That's true. What day is it?
It's Thursday evening.
About 5:30 Pacific, 8:30
5:30
Eastern?
Pacific. That's right.
That's when we usually find the two of us here. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we're going to talk obviously about beverages this evening. We're going to talk about a whole lot of other things, probably some... anything and everything, probably.
Well, I realized what I just talked about before we went live was something I should have shared here. Just continuing to talk about the sour beer journey that Pocket continues to make.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And that that we had the Moonraker. I forgot what the name of it was.
What was the Moonraker one, though, that you had?
Blueberry and vanilla bean, and I forgot what the name of it was, it was a kettle sour. But it was quite good as well. So
nothing wrong with a kettle sour.
I'm realizing the Cheers shirt also does the little yellow shimmery thing.
It does a little bit. It is what it is.
I thought about that. So
I'm ready to enjoy the music. Baker, it is good to see you as always. Fantastic to see you. Good to see everybody here this Thursday evening. We've got a beverage going on right here. Look at that, pouring and putting up graphics on the screen.
Liquid Death.
Liquid Death. We have done podcasts on a couple of their items from their catalog, however you'd like to say it. Their mountain water and their sparkling water. You can go in the archives at YouTube. We'd greatly appreciate that. Hit the sub button while you're there. But yeah, you can go back and look at some of the ones we've had from them. And it was one of those things where it's like their marketing is very clever. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. At least for the waters, it's just water. So to me, it was just kind of like to pay $1 and whatever a can, $1.50 a can. For that. Is not my thing, but it totally is. If it is yours, then that's totally fine. But yeah, there was nothing. It wasn't like, oh, there is like some, and we have a very popular podcast that's happened about water, so we know our waters.
Our number one viewed show.
I know. I wish we could take that
I don't know
back.
if anything will ever catch up with it.
I don't think so.
Let's just remove it. Will there be an outcry?
I don't know. Probably.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
And they ate Sir Robin's minstrels. There was much rejoicing. That's what'll actually happen. But I saw these. I was walking through my local Target the other day. And like I said, usually if they've got something new, they will get some of this type of thing. Pocket, good to see you as well. I'm now officially a sour beer fan. We've had a couple good ones recently.
Yeah. I like that her name in chat is coming in purple, which is kind of the color of a lot of the sours that she seems to enjoy.
There you go.
Are more in that blue, purpley red range.
That fits very well.
It does.
So then the real question is what sour are you opening tonight? You don't have to answer right away. Think about it. Think about it. What sour beer are you opening tonight? But anyway, going around my local Target, took a look, and all of a sudden I saw these, and I was like, oh, this is actually, which I have heard Lucky, who everyone knows Lucky, I've heard him mention these, the actually sparkling water ones. This one is actually a flavor. It's called, as you can see on the screen, Bury It Alive.
Bury It Alive.
They kind of are going for the, little aggressive horror movie kind of thing there, which is kind of funny. And then they had another one, which I also bought, which I had earlier this week. So I had the other flavor. They actually have 3 flavors. I only bought 2 of them.
Okay.
The other one is called Severed Lime.
Okay.
So I had that one. So I have a slight idea of maybe like where this flavor profile is going to go. Ooh. So I'll have you lead the conversation slightly.
Okay.
But this one does have, it's not just natural flavors like some of them with 0 calorie. This does have some calories in it. It has agave nectar, some natural electrolytes. So 20 calories for this entire can. So not that many, but there are 3 grams of sugar because of the agave nectar. So they're probably trying to boost things a little bit there. So
I do like agave nectar. Put it in the oatmeal, put it in the margarita.
I love agave nectar in the margarita, in the go-to margarita, the 2 and 2, or the ultimate margarita where it's 2 tequila, 1 lime juice, and then some agave nectar. That is definitely the way to go.
Smells like berries.
It does smell like, it smells like a kind of like a candied berry though,
or
something like that. Like you can definitely get the sweet, I think.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how much that comes out, but the berry smells nice though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trader Joe's has a mixed berry that I like as well.
So. That you like as well. Is that one sparkling water or is it?
It is. Yeah.
So no calories on that one.
No calories.
Okay.
Right. It has a little sweet at the end, but there's also a little something else. I don't know quite what that is. Maybe it's the agave, I guess.
A certain je ne sais quoi. Certain I don't know what.
Oh, a certain I don't know what. It's the way joie de vivre is.
It's the way joie de vivre is.
Yeah, it's almost a little, it almost has a little more body to it than I was expecting. But it's good.
So I like this one a lot better than the severed lime. The severed lime that I had, it was almost too agave nectar forward.
Oh, really?
Like it was just a little, even though it was the same amount of sugar, calories, everything else. I think because the lime was maybe a little bit more reserved, I actually got more of like, it tasted like I was drinking like a honey water or agave nectar, like a sweet
sugar water.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah, exactly. Which my nickname in high school was sugar water.
Sugar water.
But no, it had almost a little too much of that. So then on the finish, kind of like what you're lightly picking up on with that, I got that. It was literally like, I felt like, so it felt like it wasn't refreshing.
Okay.
And then because of that,
that could go too far.
Yeah, I did not like that one. But this one I think is actually really good. I would totally buy another one of these. This is kind of nice, something different. Right around $15 for a 12 pack. Okay. You can get this shipped from Amazon, so you can get free shipping on it. So then you save some there. Like I said, I'm not sure if anyone else carries this. Like I actually can't even remember what I paid for this. I want to say
Whole Foods.
Oh, okay.
I've gotten that. That's I think the two that I got from Whole Foods.
Yeah. This one it was probably a little more at Target. Like I want to say it was like $1.59, maybe $1.69 for the can. It is 16 ounces, so it's not just a 12 ounce. So you're getting a little bit more, but yeah, the closer you can get it to being like $1 a can, I think it then becomes worth it to me. Like to have to have something different. Yeah. But yeah, I actually like this flavor.
That's good.
I think this is definitely.
But I could see where what I'm picking up at the back, if that went too far. Yeah, that would be. That's kind of like when stevia goes too far.
Yeah, stevia is, sweetener. Ooh, this tastes fake. Did you put something fake in there?
What have you done?
Yeah, it's crazy. Sugar water high school, yeah.
That was, and you and Buck Showalter, I think, right? Isn't that story, the Rex Hudler?
Oh, yeah.
That we always used to talk about? Sugar water.
Sugar water, that's right. I forgot about that. That's pretty funny. Although he's now doing only home games this year.
Who's that?
Buck Showalter.
His manager.
Oh, no, not Buck Showalter. Who am I thinking of? Oh, it's the Diamondbacks. Who's the Diamondbacks played by the guy? Greg Schulte.
Oh, the radio guy?
Yeah. He's only doing home games this year or something. Oh, wow. I didn't read the whole article and why. I just saw that thing on there. I was like, oh.
Okay. He's been with them since the beginning, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Warning track wall. You can touch them all. Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
That was a really good home run call. Like that's kind of original.
Yeah. I saw a clip on the Dan Patrick show this morning. They showed I don't know if it was last night's Yankees game where Giancarlo Stanton took a huge swing and he admired it, and Michael Kay's going into his thing, but then the guy caught it like on the warning track, like well in front of the fence, and I think one of the guys even mentioned it was kind of like what Harry Carey. It might be. It could be. Caught by the shortstop.
Yeah, we used to joke all the time about that.
It might be. It could.
I actually saw the clip of that on TikTok. There's a guy that's like, he must like do betting stuff, but he kind of always like has like little quick update out of the NFL or whatever. And that one, he was like, I think everyone in the world thought this was out of there. It would not be caught this short. And I was like, huh? Because he says all that, and then you see him take the swing. I was like, oh my God, he must have just crushed that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the guy I was like, that didn't go anywhere. There's a Twitter account, if anybody's interested. Again, a little bit of a sports tangent. There's a Twitter account you can follow that anytime a home run is hit, excuse me, good carbonation there. Anytime a home run is hit, it will tell you. You can go back through and find the feed. It will let you know if where that home run was hit, would it be a home run in any other ballpark?
Oh, that's good stuff.
And like I said, just like fun, because all ballparks are different. And like it's funny where, you think about every other sport, for the most part, everything is like, it has to be this. And baseball has that. But then once it gets to the outfield, it's like all the bets are off.
Right.
Like at some point, I'm waiting for it to be like a softball field. It's like 200 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the reason it came up is because I saw someone talking, and I think there was 2 home runs for the Yankees, and they were literally like, these home runs are not home runs at any other ballpark.
Oh, that short porch.
Because of that short porch.
Yes.
Yeah, he hit 2, and they're like, oh, it's a home run. And they're like, and they brought up the tweet, and it was like, literally, a home run in another ballpark? 0. Like,
oh wow,
there's not another ballpark where it's so. But yeah, fun little Twitter account if you want to go back through for different things. When people talk about that they hit a hit a big home run. But yeah, I like this. I think this one's. Is there anything else interesting in here? Talk about it's still the same mountain water that they use for everything else. Agave nectar, national passion fruit flavor, natural mixed berry flavor, citric acid, natural hibiscus flavor, natural flavor. It says natural flavor, natural black cherry flavor. There's no comma with that whole sentence.
Natural flavor, natural black cherry flavor.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
No. We have,
there you go.
We have another guest has joined.
Sunshine, how's it going? Hi, Andrew and Keith. Oh, look at that. Using both our first names. I love it.
Cheers.
Good to see you.
Clinking glasses.
Manufactured for Liquid Death Mountain Water, Los Angeles, California. Death to Plastic. We donate 10% of the profits from every can sold to help kill plastic pollution.
But then is there aluminum pollution?
But I think this is infinitely recyclable. At least they claim.
Aluminum is? Okay, good.
I'm having a simpler wine peach Italian wine cocktail tonight.
Oh, it's simpler. Oh, like the Trader Joe's simpler wine. We have them in these little cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that must be at least part of that, I'm guessing. Yeah, we have the peach, we have a rosé, we have a white, and there's a mango as well. So
that's it.
Okay.
There you go.
Those are big. I always think they're like good things. They seem like good things for a picnic. They seem like good things for the pool. You know, especially it's
just walking around town.
Just driving to work.
I was like, wait
no,
none of these things. I'm like, it has alcohol, right? They go great with pizza.
I don't know. Never had one with pizza.
Oh my gosh! Do you even work for Trader Joe's?
It's a peach.
If you haven't had every item that they have and combined it with every other item in some sort of like spreadsheet, I don't even know if you work for them.
Although pizza does sound good.
All right, we just did Domino's last night. We just all sitting. It's like, what do you feel? I'm like, let's get some Domino's.
Domino's, okay.
That was the easy thing sometimes to do. But yeah, no, this has definitely been my favorite. I would try the other one. The other one is mango something. So I think that one might be also enough to cover
mango
up.
Dump or something, or right? Because
yeah, that's a good question.
Something with lime.
Well, I've got it right here.
Limb and
it
buried
is
alive.
So this is buried alive. Mango chainsaw.
Mango chainsaw. Oh, that's not quite as clever as I thought.
Someone didn't quite think that one through.
Yeah,
it should have been Texas Mango Massacre.
Oh,
they really screwed that. Liquid Death, come to me. Can I work in your marketing department?
Get me
Texas Mango Massacre
with Trader
or
Joe's.
just Mango Massacre. Either one of those would have been great. Liquid Death, contact us.
You should go get. Wait, you're in. That's that.
Can you get?
Are you near a Trader Joe's?
If you're near a Trader Joe's, oops.
We have been very busy.
Very busy.
Still busy. Yeah. Well, if you're in
New Mexico,
the Santa Fe or Albuquerque regions, that's where we have stores in New Mexico. So, yeah, I know that Santa Fe store used to be one of our. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, go in there, tell them you know me, and it'll do absolutely nothing.
Get to know me.
Yeah, it's funny. Years ago, I remember on a vacation, we stopped at one of the ones in Albuquerque, and they actually, and I thought this can't be. I thought it had to be against policy or something, but there was like a guy, and they had like signs posted. Check out what the beer guy says, and it wasn't like just. I don't know. It seemed like it was referencing something else, and I remember thinking that seems a little borderline, like not ethical, but they were doing it. So I don't know if it still does it, but they had like a guy who was almost like promoting his own site as well. So it's sort of thing. I remember thinking that. So, but like I said, that's now 2009. So that was many, many years ago. Probably not still.
I've asked you a few times. You could just start putting our business cards in the.
Well, that's what I want to do that at Tap and Bottle as well. Just put them right in there.
Anytime we try something,
recommend.
Yeah, I think anytime we do like a review, if it's up on YouTube, that'd be kind of nice. And you didn't see me before I was in Albuquerque. I don't know.
Yeah, right. What was I? I saw because I saw something on Tap and Bottle's Twitter feed, and it was something with the Arizona Beer Bros or something like that. And I was like, "Who are these guys?" But then I was like, well, we're not just beer. So they look younger than we are. And it looked like it was a little bit more like rah, like anyway, I just looked at it really quickly, but I was like, well, we're not just beer. We cover it all.
I mean, we cover everything that Westbound covers.
All the beverages.
Spirits, wines,
right.
beer. So, like
True.
I said, if you want to limit yourself to beer, then that's just kind of sad.
That's right.
But yeah, no, like I said, I like this one quite a bit. Definitely would try the mango one because I think that might be enough to cover up the other stuff. So yeah, that'll definitely be one to go with. I had to go with first names with the Cheers shirt where everyone knows your name. Oh, look at that!
Of course,
everyone knows.
Oh, I get it.
Name.
Okay, that's why we. Oh, okay, that's why we got the names. There we
you
go.
want to go where people know. People are full of shame.
Oh,
you want to go where everybody rather not know your name.
Where you don't tell everyone your name.
Yeah, you keep it at sea. You give them your alternate name. Your AKA. I had no idea I had such a great singing voice. I didn't either until literally right there, apparently. Singing stream.
It must be a rehab or a
revisit. The revisit happens every once in a while. We had a point redemption thing for a very short-lived, and then I got a little gun shy because of all the DMCA
That was right
stuff.
around that time. Yeah.
It was literally right around that time with all the DMCA like stuff and takedowns of websites, like where even people were saying like, I was doing a cover of it on my own guitar, like, and they got taken down and stuff like that. We had a channel point redemption. I think it was 50,000 points. I think it was 50,000 channel points. And you could
pick a song.
You could basically request a song that then we would have to sing a fair amount of.
Right.
We wouldn't do it that show.
No.
So you do it at any point throughout the week. Yeah. You're only 37,000 away. You do it at any point throughout the week. And then, so we would know ahead of time.
Right.
And then we kind of turned it into a fun thing. So we would pre-record it.
Right.
We would pre-record it so that we could sing it and have like the song on in the background for us. So we'd pre-record it, and then we would watch it live with you. We'd say like, okay, this is the person. You're here.
Happened.
Okay, good. This was your suggestion.
Right.
We'd put up the album cover that it was on. We'd talk about the album like a little bit. It was kind of fun. We did it like 3 times.
We did Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Now we did Paint It Black.
Paint It Black, which every time I've said this to you before. Every time I hear that song now, it still makes me smile.
It's such a great song. And then we did Africa by Tuatea.
Africa. Yeah. It seems like we did something. Those are the 3. I guess those are the 3. We did something else.
Yeah,
too.
all of 3 times.
Yeah.
The only thing that, because then we had a thing, it was like when this all started, we were doing like dramatic readings of songs. It was like, oops, I did it again.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was that too.
You played with my art. Got lost in the game. So we were doing that, which people thought were also funny.
That was good.
And we were like, okay, so maybe that'd be the thing. Like you pick the style you want us to do it. Like, I don't know. We may bring that back. We have talked about it because it seems like everything's kind of died down a little bit. And I doubt we would be accurate enough for anybody to think that it was the actual artist that we were thieving. So like I said, who knows? Maybe if we can come up with something that seems fun, maybe we'll put that up again and put it to a lower point threshold, put it like for 25K. You still want people to have been here for a while, like, because it is only one a week. So,
right,
that
we have to improve the song too.
That is also the thing too. You can't like throw out some song that we have no idea what it is. Like we kind of, when you can start hinting, like I remember, Sunshine Saving for the Keep Flag. Be the first one. It goes up with every time that someone does it. So you got to be first to get there. I remember like Brie a few times, like she was like, would you guys sing this one or this one? Like she had put out like a couple, and I'm like, well, probably not. Like, okay, well, we'd do that. And she's like, okay, that's a good one. She's like, all right, I'm saving up for it. So then, she'd kind of work out with us, which one she wanted. Cause I forgot like who, I think Debo did Paint It Black. Was that the one he asked for?
I can't remember.
Cause at one time he was asking for like Enter Sandman or a Metallica something. And then I think he picked Paint It Black. And then again, like I can't remember if who picked Kiss from a Rose. That might've been Brie. Did Brie pick Kiss from a Rose? I can't remember. Anyway,
I can't even remember.
I still have them recorded somewhere. I think I can always find those in the archives if we want to bring those out. But yeah. Anything else interesting this week? Could be in beverage related anything, or just anything else exciting happen? Something a victory? Did you have a small personal victory at all this week that you'd like to talk about or chat about?
Small personal victory. I
don't know. Sometimes like I got up this morning and I painted a room. Like I don't know.
Oh no, nothing like that.
Nothing like that. No,
nothing like that.
No, good. Okay.
No, I mean, I was going to mention, I saw when I got home from work last Friday, I forgot what channel it was on, but I saw some of Nacho Libre.
Oh, nice. And
so I got to see the one that you have, which is good.
Well, yeah, we might as well play that one. Since we're speaking of
Nacho
Libre.
And I had to rewind it and watch it again because it is so good. I had to see where it actually started.
Listen, I know the wrestlers get all the fancy ladies, clothes and the free creams and lotions.
This movie grew on me. Like I was like when I first saw it, I was like, yeah. And then
really good.
This goes on a little bit, but I just love it.
Every morning at 5 a.m. Make some soup.
Make some soup.
That's fantastic.
It's the best. Love it. I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic.
That's so good. Well, and I saw the other scene that I like so much that I remember from is the Chancho. Sometimes when you're a man, you like to wear stretchy pants in your room just for fun.
Just for fun.
It's just because like the little guy sees him and because he's wearing the outfit. So
Conan, Yoha, how's it going? Good to see you. But yeah, that was that movie was one of those ones where I saw it the first time. I was like, oh, it's kind of dragging, like a few little things, and then it's like you've seen it a few more times, and it picks up steam and becomes like kind of like a quotable thing.
His partner is just such a unique individual to
that's a way to say it.
At.
Yeah, that's the way to say it.
And that relationship they have, it's just but it's I was enjoying it, like I said, especially that scene. It's good. It's a good one.
Yeah, you've still not seen it. I think because I'm pretty sure it's probably on Netflix or something like that. It's worth a start on Netflix, and if you don't get into it or that kind of humor like everyone's, it's definitely. What's the other way? It's like kind of. I think it's from the same director that did. Why can't I think of it now? Napoleon Dynamite. I think it's that same director because it's that stuff where it's kind of off kilter and kind of slow and whatever else. Yeah. Never saw Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, I'm missing out here. I can't find anything. Napoleon Dynamite is one that like I like less. Like I like little bits and pieces.
I've seen that whole thing actually.
There's moments of that are funny. Okay, here's something like I actually saw this week. I don't know if you saw it yesterday. Did you see these headlines of these articles, these sports articles, and it's like Aaron Rodgers throws football at someone at youth football camp after being intercepted. And it was one of those ones where it's like, oh my God. And it's like, we all knew he was a jerk. And I was like, and I know he's a jerk. And I know he's a piece of garbage. But I was like, wow, what did he, like, I can't believe this. You can rent digitally on Amazon for $3. Nacho Libre, I swear it's free on Netflix, but maybe I'm wrong. I've heard those both are ones, the more you see, the more you like. I agree. Yes. The more you see and the more you like. But it was one of those things where, so then I was like, well, I got to see this. I'm like, if I've got another bullet in the chamber for why Aaron Rodgers is a piece of garbage, I've got to see this. So like I said, like, have you seen it? I watched the video. I was like, I cannot believe people are making a big deal about this. Like it literally seemed like it was in jest and people were trying. I was like, damn it. You got me all excited that he was like a real dick, even more of a jerk than I knew he was. Nacho not seeing it on India. Weird. Huh.
It was on, so we had YouTube TV, so I probably could have like done like an on-demand or some sort of thing with that, but it would have been cut. So it was it was edited for
that you don't need
commercial. So, but I don't really know that was really that much in there that
YouTube edit things.
Well, it's a YouTube TV.
Okay, why would it?
So it was on like one of the like AMC or something, one of the movie channels.
Oh,
so it's edited for content and.
I don't think that one has any language in it really at all.
I don't recall that, but it's been a long time since I've seen it all the way through. So,
but yeah. Anyway, like I said, that was the only thing this week. I was like, well, this article let me down.
Yes, like on Comedy Central.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In fact, that may have even been what was on, but I'm not 100% sure.
They've added ad-supported TV on there too. Oh, have they? Oh, interesting. I do see every once in a while because the TV that we have in here now that we use as one of our monitors, it's a smart TV, so then it always has like. Watch this movie for free on YouTube. It's like, because it's always advertising stuff because I've got it linked to the internet. So then it's like, I'm like, oh, that's on YouTube. Oh, okay. Interesting. I have thought about, you can watch ad-free stuff on YouTube. Like they have a fee that you can pay, like not for their movie. Like if you consume a lot of YouTube content, like watching shows or videos or whatever, if you don't want to see ads at the beginning of them, they have their own little, like it's like $5 or $10 a month. It's like YouTube. I don't think it's YouTube Red. It's called something.
Oh, they used to have them called YouTube Red.
Yeah, and you can just like not have to watch ads in front of little thing. Like it's not their TV thing. It's something else entirely. But I've never done that. I can watch a 15-second ad for free. It's like to help out my content creators. I researched Pretty Woman without the edits, and I hated it, but I love the Comedy Central version. Pretty Woman without the edits in it. The Comedy. I wonder what the difference in that is. That's interesting. Rewatch Pretty Woman without the edits, and I hated it, but I love the Comedy Central. That's funny.
Huh.
So it was hilarious. They were talking.
Why would that be?
They were talking the other day. There's a great podcast if you like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Now the three of them, Charlie Day, and Mac, and the three of them get together and they do a podcast. And they're supposedly talking about the other episodes. Like, you know, it's like, oh, they're going to talk about this episode and how they filmed it. But most of it just like basically just turns into them just like us talking and having fun and joking and stuff. And it's really good even if you don't like those shows. It's just kind of funny because they're funny people. But one of the ones, this is a little bit deep into, so Always Sunny in Philadelphia, at some point they did a remake. They did a Lethal Weapon 5. They did their own version of it. And like Mac was Mel Gibson's part and he has a stupid wig on and they filmed it and they watch it again at the end. It's very funny. And I'd never thought about it. But then they also did, what was it they did? So they had that Lethal Weapon. And then another time they did like a remake of like somehow Die Hard was tied into something. And I think it was Frank. So it was,
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito was pretending to be Die Hard Bruce Willis with the t-shirt on and stuff. And he says, and as they're recording it, they're like redoing it. And he says, "Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon."
Oh, right. That's the edit.
That's the edit version on TBS. And so the behind the scenes thing, they said, yeah, they're like, we thought that was funny. And then we realized we thought it was even funnier because him saying that meant the only version of Die Hard he'd ever seen was the edit version on television. And I was like, that is absolutely hilarious. Like it was just like 2 layers deep of something funny. And I was like, oh my God. Because I remember seeing it and thinking that was funny and going like, oh, that's hilarious because that's what the edit version says. But then the realization level of like, that's the only version he's seen because he thinks that's the line.
So Danny DeVito's only seen the edited version of...
That's the joke.
Okay, that's funny.
In their TV show thing.
Well, maybe it's just because it's funnier to say.
Yeah.
Mr. Falcon.
And then they talked about that then too. They're like, yeah, they didn't even get anyone else in for like the 80. Like it must have just been the guy that was doing it. He's like, oh, I got this one, Mr. Falcon. And they're like, yeah, we got it. And they're like so excited. Like that because it sounds like a robot. Because then they go and find the clip and they played it. And they're like, oh my God. Like, yeah. I just always remember how bad that was. But yeah, the multiple layers deep that Danny DeVito was the only version he'd seen was the edited for TV
he was too busy.
version.
Yeah, he was too busy being in Twins that year.
Danny DeVito was born in 1944. It's crazy to me. I seems older than that. But just because he's been around, it just seems like he's been in like...
Going back to, Taxi's the first thing I remember.
Yeah.
With Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, Taxi and Batman and just like all the things he's been, is playing the Penguin. Twins. Yeah. Just, all the... What was the other... He did the other... There was another movie that was like an offshoot of Twins.
Triplets.
No, it was the one. It was like more Arnold Schwarzenegger gets pregnant. He's having a baby, or she's
something. Yeah,
whatever that was. They weren't playing the exact characters, but it was the same group of people. It was like they're like, we want to do another movie kind of thing. Junior, there it is.
Okay,
Conan coming in strong. I did research on the year 1944 and found out that was like one of the things that it had to let you know.
Danny DeVito was born.
Yeah. On this day in 1944, the war ended, and Mr. DeVito was born. Like that's great. Oh, it's fantastic.
Matilda. Wasn't he in Throw Mama from the Train too?
Throw Mama from the Train,
which I never saw, but
yeah, I never liked that actress that's in it. Like she was always just kind of annoying.
Mama.
Yeah.
Did you want to throw her from the train?
You got mad at my mama. Danny DeVito was born, and within 1 year, we had the means to destroy ourselves. Exactly. Wow. It's quite a pleasant thought. He was the reason the bombs are available to be dropped. Oh. Should we go grab a wine?
Yes, let's do that.
A Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh yes, let's travel to New Zealand
by way of Trader Joe's.
Let's take flight of the Concords. Britt and Jermaine.
Too many guys on the dance floor.
Mary.
Too many guys. There's my edit of that. Let's go grab that. We will grab another, the first wine of the evening and the only wine we're having this evening.
The only one. Yes,
we don't have alcoholic beverage.
No repeats tonight.
That's right. Yeah, I mentioned that. I said there will be no beers this evening, so
no beers.
Apologize for that after National Beer Day. So we've got a Sauvignon Blanc, and as Sunshine was so nice to put in the chat earlier, there's all the things that we are having. We are finally going to make amends for our pronunciation. We're going to have something from Frey Ranch Distilling, their straight bourbon whiskey. And I'll have a little something to talk about when we actually bring that one. I'm going to hold that back because I think I kind of have the opener for that one already.
Oh, good.
So we'll just let that one table. Right. But hopefully Keith will be thinking right now about the opener for the next one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. We'll play some music.
We won't need an opener. It's a screw cap. Oh, I know what you mean.
Easier.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
Be right back. I've become Shiva, God, Destroyer of Worlds. So anyway, I started blasting. We're rocking tonight.
Rockin' the Casbah. Oh, wait. Maybe not the Casbah.
We don't like it.
Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah. Hopefully no one requests that song. Should I stay or
Although
should I
that
go?
would
That
be-
might be fun.
Hate the Clash, though.
I don't hate the Clash.
Not a fan of the Clash. Studio,
Don't-
evening to you. How are you doing this fine Thursday
Don't
evening?
hate. This is one of those discussions, with the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we would have certain bands.
Oh, yeah.
Like them, don't like them, don't care, or what was it? No, don't know enough, or need to hear more. Or something.
There was don't know enough. But then there was especially when we would have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame conversation, it was usually it would fall into the I don't like them, but I understand.
But I get it.
But I understand. But I get why they're in there.
I get why they're right.
Because a lot of people, again, I think the Rolling Stones are actually kind of polarizing to some extent. Depending on what type of music you like. So a lot of people can be like, "Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Stones, but I get they should be in there because of their musical contributions."
Yeah.
Same thing. There's a lot. I think there's a lot of bands like that. But then there's also some it's just shocking that they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right. And also too, I've heard this discussion as well. We should just change the name. It should
just be musical
popular music, some sort of.
No, let's not throw the word pop in there.
No, that's true.
Music Hall of Fame.
Music
It should
Hall of
literally just be
Fame.
Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because then you could. I don't know. Are there any composers in? Do they allow composers in there?
I don't know.
I mean, because
Beethoven is Beethoven.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is he in there?
Has he ever had his picture on a bubblegum card? Tell me. Has he ever had his picture on a bubblegum card?
How can you say someone's
great without they have their picture on a
bubblegum card?
Oh, good grief. Yeah, like I said, I wonder about that. I think about the composers that have crossed over. You think of Danny Elfman, Boingo, and a great composer.
He's dead?
No.
You say he crossed over.
It's not John Edwards crossing
Oh,
over.
okay.
He's not crossing.
I was like,
over.
oh my god, I know Danny Elfman was dead.
He looks like death. I'm telling you right now.
I had not
I don't
heard
know if
of
you've
that.
seen him lately, but he does not look.
Crossing over with Danny Elfman. He wrote the score for it.
It kind of sounded like the Batman soundtrack, to be honest. So.
No, wait, no.
Not The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
But yeah, I wonder, are composers or symphonies, all that stuff, are they in there or not? Very don't go into politics energy there. Yeah.
With the music, you mean?
Music can be sometimes, but I think musical discussions usually don't get quite that mean-spirited.
I hope not. My God, I hope not.
I think we have a pretty diverse... Our family, when it comes to politics, is for the most part is in similar thought space.
Yeah.
But like I said, when it comes to music, I think we're very diverse.
There's
but I think our conversations about music are great. But then again, I can see where they could get...
I think they usually stay... I think that I actually like them. I think they always stay... where they should be in that sort of fun but spirited, but having a strong opinion, but also listening and being willing to accept.
There's a song called Something Like That the whole gag is George Washington was a politician and now he's dead, and the kind of and that kind of idea is the whole song. Is that by the Presidents of the United States of America? Because they also write very bad music. I saw that one.
Moving to the country.
I had because Twitter and any kind of written medium, you never know how people are going to take your jokes or if they don't know you. No, I don't think so. Okay. And someone put on Twitter, they were like, I remember how they put it, but it was like because people do that. I was today years old. I just learned something. I can't believe I didn't know this. And it was I was today years old when I realized that Lump and Peaches are on the same album or something like that. And I was about to write something I won't even say what I was going to write something. And I was like, no, that's fine. People like what they like. And then the next one down, the person actually wrote, I'm surprised you didn't, because they literally did only have 2 albums, so it could only be on one or the other. And I think the other one only had their cover of Video Killed the Radio Star.
Oh, I never didn't even know they had that.
So I think that was that one. And I was almost going to say wow, 2 albums and they just couldn't get any good songs on any of them. I think it was something I was going to say, but anyway. But yeah, that was one of those things where I was like, They feel like a band that, with how much people like those songs, that I would have thought they would have more albums. Like, I was kind of shocked.
Flamed out real fast, though. They weren't around for long.
Can I get permissions for a link? Yeah, of course. 1 second.
I permit
Conan. I don't think I have to take that part off.
You will not get timed out for the next 60 seconds.
Oh, actually, I keep playing. Yes, I will check that out later. Skip ad. Oh, God. Oh, the graphic, the skull and crossbone graphic there. Go more. Oh, this sounds, actually reading these lyrics, this sounds familiar.
Oh, God.
I probably get YMCA. I just got YM. I think I have heard this before. Artist Arrogant Worms. I bet if I actually listen to it, I'll like that. The rest of that song sounds familiar. I was like that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Don't go into podcast. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, don't go into podcast. You'll wind up dead. Well, we're all going to die at some point. And that's just kind of the fact. This is an unfortunate fact of life.
No one here gets out alive.
You take the good, you take the bad, and there you have my opening statement.
The facts of life.
Yeah. All right, we are going to record a podcast.
Yeah, got really somber.
Yep, let's take away the somber and let's add a little bit of alcohol.
Take away the somber along with the graphics there at the same time.
Yep, taking away both those things. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, thank you for that. You're watching the archive version. Touche, 1975. If you're watching this on YouTube, seeing the archive version of this, thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button. We do this live every Thursday evening on Twitch. So you can come by, stop by, and interact with us. Then 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. But yeah, we take down some of the graphics here because we are going to probably cut this up. Possibly might make it its own standalone podcast. If we do, it's just kind of nice taking some of that stuff out of it, so it's just a little bit clears up a few things. Although for the most part, all of our stuff is, like I said, I think I forgot once recently. I was like, it doesn't really matter because
wasn't that big of a deal.
I mean, just because everything, like we already have we don't have a lot of things going on.
True.
Like it's just kind of a clean look anyway. So. Yeah. All right, but we are recording. We've got something from Trader Joe's, from Trader Joe's. Okay, don't need that open anymore. Do you need anything from here? Do you know, without looking, do you know how to pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it means? In the original
I have read
language?
it, but no, I don't.
Okay, I'll have it. It's right here if you want.
Okay.
In New Zealand's native Maori language.
Oh, it's Crest of the Wave. Yeah, okay. All right. Crest from a wave?
Yeah.
Kiss from a rose?
Baby.
Crest of a wave.
Like a crest from a wave from New Zealand.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually think it's on the bottom.
Sorry.
You can just tell we're ready to burst out in song.
I think we're going to have the Channel Point Redemption thing be like 1 point. We just want people to do it.
One day we're just going to sing the whole podcast. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you here. It'll be operatic about beverages.
Oh, actually, one thing before we get
what's
to
happening?
it, we've got to one thing here. We need to do this, and we need to do this because guess who is back with their 6th season after 27 years?
Good.
Kids in the Hall.
Wind? How's it? How's the wind?
Oh, good.
They're back.
Play today?
Oh, God, no. Hate the game. Hate the people that play it even more.
Then why'd you ask me?
Oh, I'm just not good at small talk, you prick.
Kids in the Hall are back. Their 6th season is on, I think, Amazon or something like that.
Wow.
So it said, sorry, it took 27 years. So I have not seen it yet. I just saw it announced today. I cannot wait to watch
that was like
some of that tonight.
When the Eagles came back, and then Glenn Frey's like, just for the record, we never broke up. We just took a 14-year break.
Yeah. Only 27 years later. Exactly, sunshine. And you're back. Didn't go through. Bummer. I'm back now. There we go. We're fine. Took a lot of gorillas to get them back. I guess. It may have. All right. You ready?
I am ready. So it is, at least for me, definitely white wine season.
Yeah, I I like wine in general, but definitely I can get into the seasonal wine drinking thing, especially being here in Southern Arizona. The heat definitely does play a factor in my palate, depending on the time of day. If I'm going to be outside or going poolside or something like that, I like to have something a little crisp and refreshing. And have you brought that to us today?
Yeah. I have done that. I have selected something that I actually have not. I don't know if I've ever had it, and if I have, it's been a long time. It certainly wasn't this vintage because this is very fresh.
All right. Well, we've got a Sauvignon Blanc for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Tuatea Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand, and also by way of Trader Joe's.
Keith. Pop quiz.
Yes, pop quiz, hotshot.
Do you know what Tuatea means in the original New Zealand Maori language?
Well, I had known it, and then I'd forgotten it, but then you refreshed my memory. So I
like
now,
this Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes, my memory is as refreshed as this Sauvignon Blanc will be to us. It means crest of the wave.
Nice.
So,
and that is also a Seal song, I believe. That is off of...
Crest from a wave. Yes, that's true.
Actually, there's some other album I was just thinking of, and I think, isn't it Crest of a Knave or something like that? I swear
there might be something.
That sounds like something from Jethro Tull. If someone is in the comments, if you're watching live on Twitch or if you are on YouTube, leave a comment below if I'm even anywhere close to some. It's Crest or Quest or something of a knave, and I think it might be Jethro Tull. Okay. Someone look that up.
All right.
What is the alcohol on this?
I don't know the alcohol on this.
Okay. I saw the previous version, which we have a link to in chat. It's a 2020. It was actually an article written about it. Sometimes Trader Joe's stuff is a little more difficult to find.
It is, yeah.
So that's why we can be kind of your official source for trying these things, because there's not a lot of info out there. That one said 13%. I am quickly scanning. This one is also still 13%. Okay. So
this is one that we don't carry year round, but we do have it often, and it, as we talk about, Trader Joe's does it very well, that $5 to $10 value, and especially the Sauvignon Blancs, we've got a fairly wide range.
I have seen the price on this one.
Okay,
unfortunately, I like it when we can play the game, but I wanted to admit that I did in
$6.99.
Yeah, that's definitely in the ball. And it's something under $10, I think, when it comes to the Sauvignon Blanc. I'm just looking for crisp, refreshing. I don't need a lot of complexity like when it comes to this. So
right.
I think the bar on this is not too high. So color also not a lot, which is about what I'd expect. This
absolutely.
Kind of pale straw. Is that what we want to go with?
I think that's good.
Okay. Well, how about the aroma though?
We got to find out.
Okay. Also pale straw and aroma? No.
Smells like pale straw.
Smells like pale straw.
And moonbeams.
Moonbeams. That's our April 1st podcast.
Pale straw and moonbeams.
That's my hippie cover band. My Flower Child cover band. Hippie straw, pale straw and moonbeams.
Pale straws and moonbeams.
Now I need to look that up.
Pale straw and moonbeams?
No. Crest of a Knave studio album, Jethro Tull. Let's fucking go. Classic rock kicking in there. There we go.
You've got it.
Is there anything else? What else is on this album?
So I have to then change things. It actually means crest of a knave in.
Okay. That's okay. I know why I know this out. It has one of my favorite Jethro Tull songs on it. The rest of it, I really don't know any of these. Farm on the Freeway. Because you know me, I like a good song. Plight of the Native American. Plight of the the farm worker.
Farmer, okay.
These are my things. Because I also like Rain on the Scarecrow by.
That's good.
That's a great song.
Blood on the Plow.
Blood on the Plow, which is off. What's that album called?
Scarecrow.
It is called Scarecrow. I don't know why I thought it was called Raven. John Cougar Mellencamp. Oh, it must be just Jay names that write farm songs. Jethro Tull. I think Don Henley probably has a farm song that I'm not thinking of.
Oh, no, he does.
So there you go.
Oh,
so if there's a farm song that is by an artist that I like, I probably enjoy that song.
Yep.
So there we go. And then Last Resort, obviously, was the other one I was thinking of off the top of my head. Crest of a Knave. There we go. All right. Brain's not completely gone yet.
Channeling your KKHG.
Yeah, 104.1. I actually just saw that. I still have the jersey, the Andrew the Whipping Boy.
Nice.
Do you still have the Mark and Brian Pick Palace?
We do have the Pick Palace.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we still have that. Yeah. Yes.
Shoddy, how's it going? And love me some whiskey and some wine. Well, you're going to get both of those this evening. We're having the wine right now.
Wine right now.
As you can see right here, little New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc and beer. I mean, those are kind of the 3 beverages of the apocalypse right there. I'll tell you, they're going to come for you.
The trifecta.
The trifecta, yeah. I would agree. Yeah, no beer this evening. We went with water. But if you want to know what we have been having or what we have already had, there are the beverages.
You want a beer appreciation podcast? Well, many of them are, but especially last week on National Beer Day. And watch that.
Archive is up, and you can see the thing about Pure Project Brewing as well from last week.
Oh, good.
All right, you ready?
I think so.
I like that aroma.
Yeah,
that's very nice. There's definitely like a little bit of apple or like lemon kind of comes through. There's something, like I said, nice citrus in there, and then there is like a little like. It's not quite funk, but there's something else in there too. Maybe grass, like maybe
these can go grassy,
like a lemon. Maybe it's like actually kind of like a lemongrass, to be honest, because there's something a little bit herbal in there.
Yeah, a little bit of like a depth there. To that. Yeah,
and then the alcohol does kind of hit me at the end, which 13% on this wine I was kind of expecting.
Yeah, and that could dissipate a little bit. We did just pop that open.
Yeah,
so.
We've commented on this a few times, but it does seem like wines overall are slowly creeping up. It seems like when we were doing. Like I said, different, like white varietals and stuff like that. It was like rare we'd see 13 or 14%, and now it seems
especially
like much
14,
more common. Yeah. It used to be like, oh, it's 11 and a half. But I mean, my memory could be a little wrong, but it seems like they've been moving up. And even the reds lately too. It's like, ooh, 14, ooh, 15. Like, it's like, settle down there, cowpoke.
Your ABV may vary.
That's right. All right. Should we go to the taste?
Oh, I've been waiting for a Sauvignon Blanc like you.
There we go.
There we go.
Come into my mouth?
Oh, that's edit. That's just wow. Rumor has it that was the original lyric. But it wasn't Sauvignon Blanc. Wow.
I couldn't pass it up.
Fortunately, I had the blue alert on, and
well, something was blowing.
Yeah. There we go.
God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I meant the BLUE, not the BLEW.
Oh, okay.
Not that alert.
I was gonna say to take. I was gonna change it, and I was like, no, it's funnier to actually say the lyric.
You're going with it. You're the one who has to edit it, so hey.
I'll worry about that shit later.
Don't worry about it later, because you'll be cracking.
I'm afraid you blew that joke. Oh my God. Conan.
Okay, I was worried we'd lost everybody, but then we got the pocket laughter, so that's good. We got Conan's there. All right.
I've been waiting
for Sauvignon Blanc like you.
Still think to come into my mouth. I hate it, but that's or what was it? There's a part in my mouth and everyone's invited.
Yeah.
To the taste.
To the taste. Yeah, sometimes you just got to go for it. You do.
Sometimes you just have to go for it. That should be a good clip, though, at least. This is what you get when it's live.
That's right.
That's a bonus.
If you were just watching the podcast that Andrew will eventually edit, that's probably not going to be in there.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe, probably not. But here, live and on the show that gets uploaded on YouTube, it'll be there.
Uploaded. I see what you did there. Swing for the offenses. Oh my God.
Who was it last week that was dropping those all the time? You said you had to put the brakes on sometimes.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there was someone that we had a few people in here doing that stuff.
Because you've said you've had to talk to him before.
Swing it for the offenses. Conan usually always brings in the strong, like I said, the strong puns there though, which I appreciate. A good dad joke. Oh. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like it.
That is really good, actually. I think that's tasty.
A little, I don't know, passion fruit or guava or something in there. And
I'm getting tart
bit,
too, like nice lemon tart, which I wasn't expecting.
Mouth watering.
Mm-hmm. I thought it might be a little bit sweeter, which it's not, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like that it is more toward tart and kind of like you said, the fresh fruit. Yeah, maybe a little. Did you say guava, like perhaps?
Yeah,
like
something like
something like that, and definitely the lemon or apple is kind of there's like some citrus, kind of going on there as well. Yeah. That is really good, and the finish is nice too. There's like a little pop of alcohol kind of at the end. There's a little hit there, but yeah, no, this is oh man, for $6.99, this is delicious. I would love having this with some different assorted cheeses and things like that, or some dips or whatever else. Like I think because of the tartness, this could hold up to some spicier things too. Maybe like if you were going to have
maybe
some,
Usually sweet can hold up to spicy a little bit better, but I think maybe you're right. But this is a good, just nice little starter, or like I said, or with the meal as well. So I actually like this. I like this quite a bit. I am. You know what? You get to have the rest of the bottle.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
I'm pleasantly surprised. And do you know what everyone else gets? Our website, AboutBeverages.com.
With all kinds of beverages.
With all kinds of beverages.
That we've shared with you over the years.
Exactly. Not just summer wines that make me feel fine.
Whoa.
Not just those, which we actually have done whole podcasts of just summer wines and things of that nature. Those are way in the archives.
Way.
They go back. Like, we've been doing this for over a decade. So like I said, there is a lot going on back there.
It's true.
But if you only want just the newest stuff, the latest videos, not just the audio podcast, but just the new video stuff, YouTube is a place where you can subscribe. We would greatly appreciate that. A great place to hit up. You can also search there for anything that we have done since we started up on YouTube. And then if you do only want audio podcasts, want to take us with you on the go in your car, wherever else, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, any of those options are great. But if you have a favorite podcasting app, just search for About Beverages. We will probably be there.
We'll be there.
We will be there, as well as on all of your finer social media platforms.
We will be there on the three that we use most often, the 3 pillars.
The 3 pillars.
Yes, the Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is the one we use most frequently to keep you up to date. Like earlier this evening when I let everybody know that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific time. Get together, try some beverages, hang out, chat, laugh, all kinds of stuff, share, just whatever happens to pop into our brains, and to those who drop in to say hi. Also, Andrew lets you know what he's doing throughout the week in the gaming world, what's new, what he's going to be playing, the beverages he will be enjoying while he's playing them. So follow us on Twitter.
But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should most definitely give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Treating myself to some Rheingeist Cincinnati Truth Pale Ale.
Like a Rheingeist cowboy.
Wow. That's it.
I heard Southern Nights at work today. They had the 70s channel on for just a little bit.
It's Beverages. We should use that.
Beverages.
You should write that down, Conan. I like that. No shit, a full decade of free beverage content? Wow, I know. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. Now I've got to look. I'm going to look this up.
It only costs you your time.
That does have a value.
It's true.
And we don't take that lightly. Truth, Rheingeist Brewery. Our truth is found. Okay. Ooh, I like the little. Yes, I am over 21. Ooh, I like the logo. It's like a teardrop, but a sad
Cincy
death
made.
teardrop.
Cincy made.
Rare are moments of truth when we've struck the last match, belting out tunes with your friends, staring deep into the campfire, times when you feel infinite. Our truth is found in the scintillating brilliance of hops, brewed with a nod to the Pacific hops, sizzle with tropical fruit aroma, grapefruit, and mango notes, and a dry finish. That sounds delicious.
I find truth comes in a glass.
Or a mug.
Or your face. On the 80s channel the other day, I was listening to it, and they played the clip from Cheers, actually. And it was Diane saying, I was up till 3 a.m. last night finishing off Kierkegaard. And Sam says,
I don't remember.
I was already saying it in my head.
Oh, jeez.
I hope he thanked you for it.
I hope he thanked you for it. Oh, God, I didn't forget about that.
That's from the first season, I think. So I hope he thanked you for
Kierkegaard. I hope he thanked you for it.
Yeah, they actually played that on the 80s channel, that little snippet.
Year-round, guess she doesn't like my snippets.
That's right.
Yeah, so year-round, Cincy made Truth IPA. That sounds really good. You actually said pale ale, but this says IPA. Are there two different ones? 7.2%.
Johnny Bench was on Dan
IBUs.
Patrick's show today.
Yeah, what was he talking about?
Oh, they were talking about should Clayton Kershaw have been pulled? There's 7 innings. He'd pitched a perfect game. And Dave Roberts
How many pitches
pulled
was
him.
he at?
He was at 80.
No.
Well, short spring training. Clayton Kershaw's last game that he pitched was October of last year because he was shut down for the whole postseason because of an injury. He has.
You mean he wasn't shut down for the postseason because he sucks in the postseason?
No. No, it wasn't that.
Oh, okay. I mean, again, you're not going to need him in the postseason anyway.
Whoa. David Roberts has guaranteed the Dodgers will win the World Series this year.
In his fantasy league. Oh, my God. Keith, you're teeing him up for me. Keep going.
I'm just setting you up.
You got anything else?
Setting you up.
Got anything else for me?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's I mean, I know you can't like always go with what the player says, but I guess that'd be where I'd talk if he was like, kind of, or if you could tell that he was starting to be gassed or something
And
like
that's
that.
what, at least publicly, Clayton Kershaw said that was the right move to take him out because he said his curveball wasn't spinning the way it was the last couple of innings. And so, but anyway.
I guess within reason, I would wait till he got a hit or gave up, especially if it's a perfect game.
Right.
Like I would let's wait a little bit
Let him go
longer.
out. Yeah. Because if he retires people on 3 or 4 pitches, I mean,
so
who knows?
So had he finished the 7th inning? And he was
The 7th inning was done. Yeah.
So he had 2 more innings.
2 more innings.
I would have put him out there. I probably would have put him back out there. I mean, like, see,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt to have him throw a couple more pitches. And if all of a sudden, and you could even say to him, hey, I'm going to put you back out there. But if you even struggle a little bit with the first batter, you're probably not going to stay. Like, even if you get the strikeout, but if you throw 8 pitches, I mean, if it takes 10 pitches or something to get the next guy out, like maybe you might let him know that like, hey, you're going to be on a very short leash. But yeah, that's kind of, I wouldn't do that. But again, Dave Roberts is also famous for not making good decisions.
It's Dodger bashing hour about beverages. It's our Dodger bashing segment.
DBS, they call it.
That's right. Hope those guys weren't thinking of following and watching our podcast.
Clayton Kershaw.
And Dave Roberts. Maybe they were
that'd be great.
They were looking for a
And I'm sure they'd be
podcast
able to take a joke.
probably.
Because they've been the butt of plenty.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, on fire right now. We're going to settle down.
No, this is, the more I drink this, the more I enjoy it.
I hated it the first sip. I thought it was okay.
No, I liked it. And now I like it even more.
I bet they can't dodge this. Conan, oh my God, coming in. There we go.
MC Hammer. Yeah, that's good.
Can't dodge this.
No.
Can't dodge it.
It's fantastic.
Like Nacho Libre. It's fantastic. Yeah, that is really good. I like that. Yeah, we've actually been having a little more wine lately. Like I said, my wife kind of goes through cycles with her beverage consumption of what she's enjoying or whatever. And so and it's funny too, it's usually somewhere, and I should realize this after being married for so long, that very shortly after I say like, oh, should we buy some more wine? Like, do you want some more wine? No, I'm good. I should know that within a day or two, all of a sudden, multiple bottles will start being open. I'll be like, why didn't I buy? Well, I didn't know. I didn't think about it. I really should start realizing
You're listening. You're listening.
The more you drink it, the more you like it. Like
Until
Nacho Libre.
the point where you don't like it.
Yeah. And then, but then you like it again. It's like the Trey Parker and Matt Stone whole theory of comedy where it's like, it's funny. Okay, stop it. You've done too much. And then you've done it so much, it becomes funny again. Yeah. The flavor goes up again. But yeah, but it's mostly usually reds. Like I said, she likes Zinfandel, Pinot Noir. Cabernet is kind of where we separate it. Like I like Cabernets where she really has to pick her spot on those. Like those she doesn't like usually as much just because they can be a little more, I think a little more tannic depending on
depending on the
age
style
and everything else.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been married 14 years, so I get it. Yeah, it's fun. Like I said, I should just know at this point. Like again, if I ask, because I literally think it was we were going to Costco, which is a lot of times where we'll get a bunch of wines, or if we do go to Trader Joe's, that's another obviously great place if you're looking for value in your wines. And I think it was within a day or two before we'd had lasagna or something, so we opened a bottle of wine, and then it's one of those things. I was like, oh, should I add some? Oh, you opened one, you enjoyed it. Should we get more to make sure that we have some to replenish the stocks? And it was like, no, it's okay. Yeah. And then literally like 2-3 days later, and all of a sudden she's like, well, I'm just kind of into red wine. I was like, you weren't 2 days ago when I asked?
She didn't realize it was a slow burn. Burn.
We like the sweeter drinks.
Well, I had wanted to bring over, kind of on the cusp of getting not drinking red wine anymore, getting into the whites, which I'll drink white year round, but red's usually only when it's a little cooler. That we have
Rosé.
one at rosés. No, I'll drink rosé year round too. We have a wine, and it's a Grenache from South Africa.
Okay.
And I had been curious
South
about
Africa is like the 11th largest wine growing region.
Okay.
At least that's what they said on House Hunters from about 3 years ago.
Okay.
So
I didn't, and I had been wanting to try it, and actually one of our regulars had recommended that, and I thought, I'll definitely bring that for this week, but now it's one we can't order anymore, so I didn't want to get everybody all turned on to it, and then, we're like, well, you can't get that. At least with this one, yes, it may come and go throughout the year, but at least it always returns.
replenishes.
So
that would be the thing. I don't think it's happened yet, because I would think you would have told me. That would be like one of the coolest things ever if someone finally walked in and like, I want to get this one. I actually saw you podcasting on this.
it's happened a couple times.
Oh, really?
Well,
Thanks for telling me.
One guy that I just saw recently, I think I mentioned it, his name was Ricardo. He watches our shows.
Ricardo Montalban?
No, it's not. He's dead.
Oh, we'd be more than a little bit surprised if he was watching then.
And he actually goes to our channel to see if we've talked about anything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then this goes back a year or two, and that's just within the last month I saw him. And then going back,
and he bought the exact opposite of everything we talked about.
And that's fine too.
I've always joked about that. Like, you find some people that like, if this critic hates it, I'm probably going to enjoy it, and vice versa. Like I said, so I'm fine if we're that person too.
Yep. And then there was another guy who had said, "Oh yeah, I came across your podcast," and this goes back a couple years ago. I think it was one of the Chardonnays we did.
But, neat.
Yeah.
We buy more than we actually drink. It's ridiculous. I used to drink all our friends at the table, but after baby 2, she's now 6.5 years.
Oh, wow.
I cannot drink like I used to, so we have so much more than I feel we can get through, but I still buy it like I used to drink. It's good to have supply.
Just collecting
within reason. It's good to have supply, and again, as long as you don't have multiple, like even whether it's spirits or wine or whatever else, as long as it's not open, it's pretty much going to keep.
Yeah.
I guess at some point, there is like, if like you try and walk into your house and it just looks like you can't even get through because there's bottles everywhere, then yes, you've bought too much. But
that's cool.
But yeah,
because sometimes you're in the mood for a certain flavor or a certain taste, and if you have that then on hand, then you've whatever happens to happen. You're
that's
ready
why I
for,
like having multiple different types of wine on hand, because that's just super handy. And no matter what you have, like, do you want a wine? Okay, do we have some? It's like, well, yeah, I've got one of each kind. Like, I've got a Pinot that we like. I've got this. I've got that. Agreed, but I should buy less for once my littles are teething. True. The question isn't wine, but wine not. Conan again, coming in strong.
Okay.
Coming in strong. Even a little bit more of the grassy kind of coming through as it warms up a little bit too for me. Like, definitely more of like an herbal, like a lemongrass.
Yeah.
I think that is delicious.
Very good.
That is well worth $6.99. That's really good. Is that one that now that we've had this, you go buy another bottle of this?
Make
sure you have it?
Yeah, I probably will.
Since it is kind of in and out of season, like they don't always have.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I want to have one of these on hand.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, like I said too, with the kind of beers that we drink, the price wise of them, an evening having 2 beers of beer drinking can be like $12.
Oh yeah,
or more.
Yeah,
but
that could just be one can.
It could be $10 to $12, right? But like with something like this, it's $7, and I'm not going to drink this whole thing in one night. So already given me value. So.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one thing too that you were still the solo drinker of in your house as well, correct?
Yeah. So far, we've only the pocket is enjoying the sours.
What about a wine spritzer or something?
Yeah,
like
she
that?
does that, but that's usually like a social event kind of thing.
Okay.
So
peer pressure. What we're saying.
No peer pressure.
Isn't that what a social event is? It's all just about peer pressure.
Nah. Beer pressure.
Do you have anything that you want to talk about? Hit a button. You got the...
No, I don't think there's anything specific. We've just been still enjoying and having fun.
Okay, nothing new with the TFT.
Nothing new. Little patch updates here and there, but
did they throw off any of your S tier builds?
Well, we've struggled a little bit But then we've come back.
Oh, nice.
A
Okay.
little bit more. So, but yes,
The redemption story is beginning.
Yes, it's there. But,
Redemption song.
Still finding the foothold, and then they make another update on the TFT. But no, still enjoying and still having a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you buy one of those monitors I talked about a few weeks ago? Did you just have some supply? Can't get anyone to buy them. I've got 3 of them in the closet right
I was
now.
going to say, yeah.
No.
Christmas present, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Andrew just gave monitors to everyone.
Yeah. And a monitor.
And that was the year everyone got monitors.
I was thinking the other day, although he has a fairly, I think they got it from thrift store or something like that, but our brother has like a decent set. But I was thinking of him the other day. I was like, oh, he should get one of these monitors because he's just got that big open desk area. I'm like, oh, he should get one of these.
Of course, it was from a thrift store.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it was probably an amazing deal.
Yeah, amazing deal, and it works great. And it looks good.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it, why do I don't find those? I find deals on new things, but I can't find deals on that kind of stuff, unfortunately. What's the best way to know if a wine should be served room temp, chilled, etc.? That is a great question.
Best way to know? I guess I would say rule of thumb on the reds, you want like cellar temperature at least to start, which is around 58 degrees. Or you could even, you can do room temperature with that if you've like just bought it. That's fine, because usually then you bring it out and it obviously starts warming up pretty quickly. So that's on most reds, not all reds. Some reds you want to maybe drink a little cooler, like Lambruscos or
rosé, perhaps.
Or, rosés, things like that. And
but yeah, for most darker, like actual, like full-on red wines, I would agree. Yeah, cellar temperature 58 to 62 kind of thing that's where you store it at. And then when you take it out, by the time you've poured it, it's probably up into the mid to upper 60s.
Yeah.
So that's that kind of temperature. And then anything white wine,
I want it to start out cold, personally, or
unless it's a Chardonnay. Like a Chardonnay to me, like I like that one. I like that one almost like a red wine, where I like it, lightly cellar temperature, but then I'm thinking I'm going to get more of the oaky and the buttery notes to kind of come out.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking that the wine in general is going to be more like the Sauvignon Blanc we just had, or if you're having a anything else that is thought to be, it's going to be crisp and refreshing, then just in general, I like to have a little bit of chill on it. But the colder it is, you're also going to be kind of muting some of the flavors. So that's why with anything, it's always best, like you said, start out a little bit cooler, and then kind of taste it through all the temperature, and then kind of find out for yourself where you like it on your palate. Because maybe, someone would probably be against this, but maybe you like it a little cooler because it cuts out this certain flavor that you don't like.
Right.
Maybe as it gets warmer, like what I just talked about, where I said, as this one's getting a little warmer, I like it that it gets this more like lemongrass kind of herbal flavor to it. Maybe you don't like that. And you're like, oh, well, when that was colder, it was great because all I got was, the more citrus and bright and fruit. That's fine. You paid for it. Like I'm very much, with a few exceptions, like it's like you paid for the beverage, you paid for the wine, drink it how you enjoy it, within reason.
Well, kind of like also one of the things we learned years ago in coffee is that you're going to drink it at many different temperatures. Yeah. It's not like this is going to hold at, 58 degrees the whole time. It's going to get, and that was the thing about, we had to know what the coffee tasted like when it was hot and as it cooled down and it got all the way to how is this flavor progressing? Oh God, did something really horrible happen? And that's kind of like with the wines as well. I like having a white wine chilled, and then, you're not going to be able to pick up on as much of what's going on. But then as that warms up, now I get this. Now, like you said, now I'm getting these other notes and this. And I like that sort of, that journey, that flavor development journey there that happens. So
I like that. Rack fan with a straw straight from the bottle. Also not wrong. Just got to have a long kind of comedic straw if you're doing a wine bottle, like kind of a clown size type straw. Yeah. Really more of a hose at that point, probably. But thank you for the comment. That's funny. No, that's great that you bring it, like, as all of our education, a lot of it just goes back to coffee. That's where a lot of this always started. Yep. And that was such a big part of the development, was like a lot of coffee can taste pretty good hot. Right. It's then as it like gets slightly, as it cools down just a little bit here and there, where it can reveal how good was the bean, how good was the roasting process behind, how fresh is it, all that stuff. And that's why I like to, you really don't know where it's at until you've had that full journey. And I like that. Yeah, it's like the journey of the true story, the journey of the flavor profile. But I would always recommend starting out for most things cellar temperature ish. Some things you might want to be a little cooler, and then just trying them as you're like, as we're sitting here now, like, this is warming up a little bit. Now I taste this, and within reason, you don't want to Like, well, now I'm going to boil my wine and see how that tastes too.
How does that?
No.
No.
That's too much. All right. Should we go grab the final beverage of the evening?
Yeah, I'm almost as excited for the intro as I am for the beverage.
Yeah. There's just a little something funny to talk about. As that goes, we will get going. Cold coffee is also usually out long enough. It lost volatile flavonoid kind of compounds that give it more complex shape unless you cold brewed.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. The colder it gets, like then it just kind of gets flat.
Right.
And that's the thing we've always talked about with cold brew. Like, and I appreciate cold brew a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Than I probably used to. But there are certain methods that I have discovered and that I have seen. And as I was kind of exiting the coffee industry, we were starting to look at, and I wish we would have gotten more into that, because there are ways that you can actually brew hot, get all of the wonderful things that you get out of a hot cup, because there's only some things you can get out of using hot water over coffee. There are certain, flavors and tastes and compounds that come out of that from hot water brewing that you don't get out of a cold brew. And there are methods now where you can actually brew that way, get all of that stuff, and then immediately have it turned into a cold brew. So you can kind of gain a little bit of the best of both worlds there. And
that's cool.
Like I said, yeah. So there's, I don't know as many people are doing that, but yeah, there are definitely processes where you can do that, which is interesting. That's why I just usually don't. Cold brew only gets me excited for, like, if I'm adding it to something else, or I'm using it as a marinade, or if I'm using it, if I am just going to pour it over ice or mix it into something, or if you're, using cold espresso for like a shake or like something fun like that, or just knowing that, like, oh, this is just kind of mostly tastes like coffee, because when you cold brew, you just lose out on a lot of the higher end of the flavor. Like, you're going to get this, like we always talk about, you get this middle area.
Take out this and this.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's why people a lot of times will use a cheaper coffee, or they used to. I don't think they as much anymore, but that used to be when it first came out, when we were in the industry. It was always like, people would be like, oh, I can use a lesser bean. I can use this, because when I cold brew, I lose out on the stuff that doesn't taste good on the bottom. I'm also going to lose out on the high. So as long as this middle section is good, it's going to taste good to you. Like so, but yeah, there have definitely been a lot of improvements in that over the years with using nitro. But it all comes down to the initial bean that you put in there, because we actually do a review on it, because I saw, I know King's Coast, we've done a few of their different coffees over the years, and we've always been like, oh, this is pretty good. I wish it was a little darker, was kind of like the very overarching generic thing. Conan's getting on some science pants. Be careful now. I'm going to read this. You got to be careful, because we have a lot of science background in coffee, so we'll call you out on this if you've just been reading things. Science pants. There are 3 sorts of general phases of soluble materials in coffee. Highly soluble volatile flavors that usually don't stick around hot coffee more than 30 minutes. Then mostly soluble sort of general coffee flavor, and then less soluble bitter compounds. That's why you get oily and nasty when overbrewed. I think that's in general. That is mostly accurate. There's a larger conversation that you can have there about the oily and nasty when overbrewed. There's other things that can happen. There's some other things that can go on there that can cause that, besides kind of what you're describing. But in general, that is correct.
And reasons why it's overbrewed.
Right. Reasons why you've overbrewed
size.
between grind and temperature and all that. Like, that's why the chemistry of coffee is fun. But in general, you're correct, Conan. Yeah. That is, like I said, that is fairly accurate. We were about to say something else and I forgot. Oh, anyway, King's Coast. So I saw they were about to do another drop of their, because we had the
Blantons.
Well, wait, there was that, but then we had the Blanton's coffee too, but King's Coast was not Blanton's.
That was
just Blanton's.
That was just Blanton's. Okay.
Yeah, King's Coast, we have done a barrel-aged one from them, though, too, where we did the pour-over and that whole bit. But at some point, I think I may have, because I bought a 4-pack of their nitro. They did like a nitro cold brew like several years ago. Okay. This is like even before the pandemic. I can't remember if we actually tried it, like maybe as an opening before I was archiving these or something. Okay. But anyway, I remember us tasting it, and we were like, it was like, unfortunately, they were using one of their lightest roast ones, and it was just like, and I was like, saw they were doing it again. I was like, oh, which one are they? I was like, oh man, they're picking their Aztec. Like, stop picking this one that literally has like with stomach painful flavor. Like, just yeah. I'm using that as a term for say a too long French press type extraction. So a long time before the pour off gives you time for the volatile to evaporate and more time to pull off the bitter layer. I may be misusing that term. No, okay, that makes more sense. I'm glad you clarified that. Yes, I would agree. Yeah, if you go too long with a French press where you're having all that contact with just, you can definitely get much more oil. And again, a lot of that too, you have much more variable and much more variance to, I don't want to say make a mistake. You can either overbrew, underbrew, if the quality of the beans is there. Like that like covers up so many mistakes. If you have a really good, solid, either fresh roaster,
you're beginning with good materials.
If you're beginning with good materials, you have much more room to go either way with that. If you like it a little stronger, you're not going to notice some of those things you're talking about. And if you like it a little bit lighter or quick, like I said, you're going to get more flavor initially too. So it's a lot of it is about the beans. But thank you for clarifying that, Cone. No, that definitely makes more sense. All right, let's go grab the final beverage of the evening,
Let's do it.
which if you did not see it, it's right there. We're going to make amends for our mispronunciation in our first podcast because we really liked that rye. We thought it was really great. I was happy with the value of it. And then, like I said, their shipping is very, very quick and they're always doing different blends and different things. So like I said, we'll talk about that when we hit the podcast, but we will be right back. Back. Very quick breaks this evening. Just moving up, washing around, washing a little bit of water, a little bit of some chips, kind of clean out the palate a little bit there. But
not too much preparation in between segments. So
no, haven't
get the glasses.
Haven't really needed any to be sure. Let's see. All right, we are going to record our finalmente podcast of the evening. We're having an Italian wine, as you can tell by my. No, we're not.
I'm glad that there was some left.
I
know there was concern last week.
Yeah, that's most of the story right there.
Touch and go.
It was touch and go. But so since we were going to record a podcast, taking down a few of the little excess doodads and whatnot on the channel here, and this will wind up going up on YouTube. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're almost at 600 subscribers on YouTube, so we're like 10 away. So if you want to be the ones that push us over, that would be great. And then after we hit that, I'll be like, we're almost at 650. Like I'll do that thing. I'll keep
601.
Yeah, exactly. I'll keep pushing everyone until we get to 1,000. Then I'll shut up.
What happens at 1,000?
Once we hit 1,000, then we'll probably start making sure people are watching the channel and as much as possible and whatever else, because then we can get monetized.
Oh. Okay.
So, but that's the big hurdle. We're always kind of like probably within range of.
Rebecca, counseling people is what I do. Please let me help you.
All right, Fraser.
Lucky's always got to pop in.
I can't seem to make anything work. Robin is in prison. I manage this crummy bar. My career is at a standstill. I'm miserable. I'm lonely. And now I have to sell my Mercedes.
I see. Well, I'll give you $5,000 cash and take over your payments.
6,000 firm.
Deal.
Thank you.
Damn, it's good to heal.
Lucky. Thank you for the damn. There it is. Damn, it's good to heal.
Damn, it's good to be lucky.
Damn, it is good to be lucky.
It's good to be lucky.
Thank you for the damn. It's good to heal. How are you doing this fine evening? How have your raids been going? How has all your stuff been going? Or is this where you tell me I'm streaming? I can't hear anything you say.
We haven't redeemed in a couple of weeks though.
Okay, running away from more Glassware. I knew it. Have fun with Glassware, Lucky. I do probably know what we haven't done in a little while. It's Tom Brady, right?
Tom Brady it is.
Okay.
That's Handsome Pete. He dances for nickels. Pete, you got some customers.
I will say, I think people are voting with their channel points, though, because no one's spending any channel points on that one.
Okay.
Just saying. There are people in here that I know are here every week that like that one, that could easily do that one themselves. Multiple people. So I'm just saying. But you can get a free one every once in a while because we love you all. But yeah, we are going to record a final podcast of the evening, have a little chatter, and then we'll also, usually as we always do at the end, we'll find someone to raid, and then we'll also talk about what we're going to do next time. I forgot I can do those for channel points. I know. Now, hold on. I've turned it off for the moment. Not just you, Pocket. I wasn't calling out just you. There we go. Baker as well. Don't do any channel points right now because you're not going to see it.
Yes.
I have turned it off for the moment. Holding. Yeah, hold it.
Wait for it.
Unless you want to do one, I can turn it back on because I'm giving my speech. I'll put it back on. Go ahead and do it if you want to do a channel point one. Pick whatever you want, Conan. I'll put it back on there for a second, and then we will record our podcast. But yeah, we'll figure out who we're going to raid after we're done with this, and we'll also discuss what we're going to do next week on the podcast. So we'll see here. Now we're going to wait, anxiously waiting to see what Conan wanted to pick.
Listen, I know the rest of us get all the fancy ladies,
Some is good though.
clothes, and the free creams and lotions. But my life is good. Really good. I get to wake up every morning at 5 a.m.
Stone,
Make some
how's
soup.
it going? Good to see you.
It's the best.
Love it.
Love it. I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic.
So good. Good to see you, Stone. How's it
fantastic.
going? Good to see you. How are things? Yeah, that is a good one. All right, I'm turning those off for a moment because we are going to record a podcast. But actually, since let's see, I gotta type that, and then I gotta do this. If you guys, for some reason, are not following Stone Hallows, you should definitely do so. Right click on the link I just put in chat. Open up another tab and hit the follow button. Another fellow Arizona streamer.
Oh, nice.
Doing lots of wonderful things. So go check her out. She is super, super nice, and I love hanging out in her streams. So you should do the same. Hi, friend. Friend. I need a redemption thing that just says that. Hi, friend. But yeah, so we're going to record final podcast. We'll have, like I said, we'll put Keith on the spot to decide what we're going to have for next week. We'll make him start thinking about
Pressure.
pressure.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
sure you'll have some cosmic rationale about what we should have.
Yeah.
What's the drink tonight? Oh my gosh, this is what
Wow,
we have
you
enjoyed.
fell right into our trap.
You fell right into the trap. We started off with the Liquid Death Buried Alive sparkling water. Oh, I forgot to grab that other sparkling water while we were having that one.
It's all right. You can have it.
We'll have that next week too, or we could do that way.
I might have one at home.
Okay. We started off with that one, which we actually liked. I have had the Severed Lime version of the Liquid Death sparkling water. I found that one to be a little bit too sweet. That one, I just tried their water category. It's great. So their water recently, the regular like mountain waters are just okay because they're just kind of water. Like they're fine. Yeah. But these, I would like to try the mango one, which is, what was it? Mango chainsaw? Something like that. It's all kind of gruesome. The Buried Alive, I think, was actually really good. Can't do the carbonated ones though, but my boyfriend enjoyed the lime. So I did not like the lime one because for me it was like the agave nectar, the sweet came through a little bit too much. But in the berry one, it was covered up a little more, and I thought that one was pretty good. I'd like to try the mango one.
That's the only one I've had was the berry. I liked it.
Yeah, that's the one I brought to you tonight. That's right. It's shocking. That's the only one you've had.
Shocking.
Shockingly. And then we did the Trader Joe's Tuatea? No.
Tuatea.
Tuatea.
Tuatea Vailoa.
Tuatea Vailoa Sauvignon Blanc
quarterback.
Is the 2021. Can find that currently at most Trader Joe's, right?
Correct.
Should be nationwide.
Yep.
If you're into that sort of thing, it was actually very good. I really liked it. $6.99. So
$6.99?
very affordable, and it was quite delicious. Yep. And we are about to record the podcast for the Frey Ranch Distilling Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So that's what we're about to have right now as we speak. I'm going to get everything ready. All right. I was a little worried that if we waited any longer to get to this podcast on this whiskey, that it might not be available to us. And not because I couldn't order more, just wouldn't be available in my house anymore.
Were you afraid?
I may have been afraid of that. I think I would. So yeah, we have another bourbon from Frey Ranch Distilling for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Frey Ranch Distilling Straight Bourbon.
Yeah, straight bourbon whiskey. I've been lucky enough. We did a podcast several months ago on the straight rye whiskey that they have. Everything that they do, it is done there on the ranch, on the distillery. They grow the winter wheat that's in the rye. They grow all the grains that are in this one right here. They do the distilling, the bottling, the aging. Everything happens on this ranch. It is literally farm to table whiskey. I think that is the coolest thing I've ever been able to say.
No, very cool.
And the even cooler thing, when we had the rye, we actually really liked it. It was very good.
Quite good.
Which was even like kind of the cherry on top. And I think I even mentioned that during the podcast. All the times we kept pronouncing their name wrong, which I'd like to apologize for that. And what's weird is I had talked about too that I think I had actually been saying it the correct way. And then when we went to do the podcast, all of a sudden I thought of famous music star Glenn Frey.
Frey, yeah.
And other people that I've known. And I thought, but anyway, long story short, apologies for that.
Yeah.
Frey Ranch Distillers, like I said, 100% recommend the rye. A lot of times they will do either free shipping, or their shipping is actually very affordable compared to most people for alcohol. So definitely go check them out for that one. But we're going to have this one right now. And as I was mentioning, this is why I was worried that we'd actually get to try it today. As you can see, it's down to the last third.
It's down there.
I have had some of this, but I literally had like a taste about 3 weeks ago. The rest of this, my lovely wife has been enjoying, and she literally said, this is one of my new favorites.
Okay.
And at some point I said, we haven't gotten to podcast. Literally a week ago, I said, we haven't podcasted on this one yet. Can you please stop drinking it? And she said, well, can't we order? I said, we could order another one, and we probably will, because I'm happy that you like it.
Yes.
But I want to be able to podcast on this. So
of course,
this is not from me at all. This is from, like I said, my wife enjoying this, which she enjoys a lot of different whiskeys. It's great that we're able to share that.
Yes.
But unfortunately, she was sharing a little much of this one because it almost didn't make it to podcast time. 90 proof. Again, I think there's 4 different grains in here, I believe, distilled from 4 slow-grown grains. And like I said, literally farm to table. Could not be more happy about that. But yeah, let's get to it and see if this one matches at least our enjoyment of the other one. This one also is a little cheaper. I think this one is I think this one's $50. I will double check when we are going to either the sniff or the taste when we take a break to check on the price. And I think the rye one I know is a little bit more expensive. I think that one's 60.
Oh yeah, I remember
this one's 50,
yeah.
but I will double check. Love the bottle. Like I said, I could not have been happier with the last one. So,
and these are just their year-round.
These are year-round.
Okay.
Yeah, these are pretty much year-round. They do change things up a little bit. I think they have a couple different like lots of some of them as well. Okay. Probably based on the different years, as grains change, everything else, as we know from the coffee industry, that can change things up a little bit. And then on top of that, they do a cask strength one, which I have not been able to get my hands on. I'd really like to. And then I think they do one other one as well. But yeah, definitely check out their website. We've got a link to that below here at AboutBeverages.com, and probably also here on YouTube. If you are watching there, hit the subscribe button. But yeah. Color-wise, about what you'd expect.
Yeah, not one of the darker ones, but not one of the lighter ones either. Right in that middle, of just the color of bourbon.
The color of bourbon.
The new bourbon, or as we said years ago.
Yeah.
On the Pantone scale, bourbon should just be a color.
It should be. But speaking of something that's always more interesting to me is the aroma.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sushi. Hi. Hi, Sushi. How are you? Wave. Had to get to the podcast pausing spot there. All right, let me see. Buy it. 50. Yeah, I was right. So 50 for that one, 60 for the rye. And every once in a while, like I said, again, they do either free shipping, but even when you do shipping, when I bought both bottles, the shipping was only going to be $10 at the time. I got it for free because they were doing a little bit of a sale or something like that. But yeah, if you've ever tried to ship alcohol, that is a deal. Like usually it's about twice that much, and sometimes for just a bottle.
So was the straight rye bottled in bond?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I remember that.
Yeah, that one's 100 proof. Yeah, a little higher proof on that one as well. And that one's just their winter rye, I believe, is what's in there. So that's a single grain. Are you waving from behind a crumble cookie, Sushi? Oh, have you seen what the crumble cookies are?
I saw you had put something on Twitter the other day.
I do. I try and retweet that, and then I also, in the Discord, we actually have a section of that too. Debo, how's it going? Hello, Debo. Not this week? Okay.
Debo's here.
Ready?
I think so.
When we playing games? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Debo, we'll have to chat about that.
I really like that.
That's good aroma.
There's some good nut, maybe I don't know, hazelnut maybe, or and some.
I think hazelnut is really good because there's a little bit of sweetness in there too, which I usually think of with
there is definitely a sweetness
it's like a caramel popcorn almost going on there too with the hazelnut,
and some good nut going on there, and
it's also a little it's not quite smoky, but it's into that kind of that leather thing again that I've talked about, or there's something. It's not beefy. It's because it's not quite smoke, but it's. Yeah,
and I don't know did we say what the proof was on
90
this?
proof 90, on this one.
Okay, so it's not super hot, but I don't even really get any alcohol. I mean, I can take. Well, it's been open for a little bit.
It has been open for a little bit.
But I can
fair
take
amount of it has been consumed.
I can take a big whiff, but that's almost. And I don't mean this in like a too sweet of a way. It's almost like dessert. It's like it has a lot of those kind of like tasty dessert notes in it. Mm-hmm. So not the sweet. Okay.
I would agree. Yeah, and there's a little bit of I get a little bit of alcohol at the very end.
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely it's not like anything that inhibits me from like I can only smell when we've had some things. But yeah, all right. Well, you ready for the taste?
Absolutely.
Okay. We are going to be, Debo, if you're interested, I think, farming some, what is your light level in Destiny right now, Debo? We were going to farm some of the Grandmaster Nightfall stuff tomorrow, but I don't know if are you 15,
What does
75?
farming mean? I have to
What
know.
does farming mean?
Yes.
So so like what we're going to be doing tomorrow, there is an activity. It's called, it rotates around. So it's called there's a Nightfall activity, and then there's a higher version of it that's called a Master Nightfall. So it's more difficult. There's more certain types of enemies, all that kind of stuff. So farming is basically at the end of that, we're going to get armor drops, we're going to get weapons, we're going to get these other things. So you keep doing that activity because you keep getting different weapons, different armor. And specifically, there's a weapon at the end of that is the only one that can drop, but it'll have different rolls on it. Like it might be like, this can shoot further, and this one then can do more explosion. And you're looking for combinations of perks that you then like. So you're farming it because you're doing the same activity,
cultivating and gathering more.
You're doing the same. You're doing the same activity over and over again because you're hoping for this one thing to drop. It's different than if you're playing TFT or League of Legends or something like that, where it's like you kind of have your build that you make and you're picking these exact things. It'd be like if that somehow was randomized, and every time you went back to the store, like to the shop to spend gold, it was like, what 3 items are here? Oh, well, that one doesn't have the things I need. Well, I'll come back in a minute and I'll see if it's got a different. It's that you're farming that constant thing. So like I said, that's what. Yeah, so that happens a lot in these types of games. Are they're looter shooters, MMO, like a lot of people call those different things, and that's what you're doing is you're farming for gear because you're looking for, like for me it's mostly about, like I said, the weapon that's at the end of this Nightfall. It's like, okay, I want to get a good roll that I can use in other content down the road that'll be like okay, this one's got a damage perk on it, this one's got I can reload faster, okay, that's great, and then I can stay but you may look at it and like, oh, that's not where I want it to be, and you just so you're just doing the same thing over and over. Yeah, you're farming the land, hoping for the good crop to come your way.
I had to ask.
Yeah, hazelnut definitely a good call in the aroma. I get that like even more like now as I kind of do like the little both there. Ready?
Yep. When you are. It's not as sweet. I still get the hazelnut.
Yeah,
there's a little bit
more
of sweetness.
Of the dry part of the hazel, like the
right.
Yeah,
more of like a slightly toasted hazelnut, kind of that like you were talking about. There's a spiciness that's on the front of the tongue that really makes that really adds to that. I was thinking it was going to be, like I said, more. I thought it might have more of that popcorny that we were talking about, the note going through there. So it doesn't have that. I still really like it because it's very different to me than a lot of bourbons because of that sort of that nutty emphasis. But it has a good finish. There's a nice flavor that lingers with you.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be quite as far, but I thought it might start hitting some of those like Woodford Reserve double oaked, where it's like it is on the sweeter side of like of some of the bourbons we've had, but it's not. It's definitely like you said, it's more like turns into like a toasted hazelnut, and then like I said, there's a little bit of not quite smokiness, but there's a little bit of that going on there. Something dark, like
it's just starting to be darkened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The caramelization's almost gone a little too far or something. Not in a bad way, like in a good way. So I'm liking that. But yeah, it's not as sweet. There's a nice liveliness on the front of the tongue. The finish is actually very smooth, I think, which, like I said, with a 90, I was about to say because it's a 90 proof, but I have definitely had some bourbons lately that are in that range and we're like, man, that seems way harsher than it should be for 80 or 90 proof. Yeah. So there's again, still quite a bit of quality on that. I don't know how long this has been aged. I was just kind of quickly perusing their website as we were chatting here. I don't see it. I'd be interested to know, I don't know how long, what the age statement on this is, or if they even do it, if they're mixing.
There is a minimum
barrels.
requirement, I think, though.
There is to say it's bourbon, which is just 2 years.
Is it only 2?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's only 2 years, like I said, for that. Like I said, but if it's gone any further, like I said, Frey Ranch, if you happen to watch this podcast, which we would love to get some feedback, would love to try the cask strength one. If you have any of that lying around, I would be happy to buy one. It's not that I want it for free. I'd be happy to buy one. But anybody else that knows anything about this distillery, please definitely put comments below. Always happy to learn. But yeah, no, to me, this is another winner. I understand why my wife has been enjoying this one so much. Yeah. A good balance of a lot of different flavors. And it's,
and to me, it stands, like I said, I like it
different,
that it stands apart a little bit. It doesn't just kind of fall in. We've had a lot of good bourbons, and it doesn't kind of fall into that same general. This one's out a little bit of flavor profile.
I can't remember the last time we talked about nuttiness.
Yeah,
when it came to bourbons and like I said,
I know we've used the term popcorn years ago. I think that was one of the ones, maybe with Fitz even, and I think it was like the old Fitzgerald or one of those years ago. But yeah, I enjoy that quite a bit, and like I said, they do everything.
Yeah, that is also and again, if the bourbon wasn't good or the rye wasn't good that we've had, that would be a neat story. But it's like, unfortunately, it's not But that just to me, this is something that already is a lot of quality, and then just enhances that even more just because of that story.
It has to stand. The flavor has to be, as once again going back to our roots in coffee. The flavor, the quality has to be there. Not all the other stuff's great. You gotta have that too, but then it has to then culminate in something that's enjoyable to drink.
Yeah, and speaking of things that are enjoyable to drink, you can go to our website AboutBeverages.com and check out all the things that we have either found enjoyable or maybe not found enjoyable over the years. All of those things are there. We don't just talk about the things we love. We also talk about some of the things that maybe you should avoid. So we've got over a decade's worth of content there if you want to go check that out, AboutBeverages.com. If you only want the latest videos, we've got you covered there too. YouTube is a great place to subscribe. You can see all of the latest, videos that we have put up over the last, I don't know how far back. I'd have to look at exactly when we first sprung onto YouTube with videos and things. But anyway, go check there out, and you can get little alerts if you so choose. If not, just know that there are a couple pieces of new content every week. If you only want audio because you're on the go and want to take us as you're driving around, or possibly jogging or riding a bike, swimming, any of those kind of activities, fun outdoor activities, as long as you don't electrocute yourself with your phone or something like that in the water. We don't want that to happen. Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. If you have a favorite podcasting app, just open that up, search for About Beverages, and maybe you will find us there. Not maybe, you will find us there for sure. So check that out. And also, we are on all of the social media things that you possibly would want to interact with.
Well, or at least the 3 that we use.
Really, there's kind of only 3.
Yeah, the 3 that we use are Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is what we use most often to keep you up to date on the happenings of About Beverages. Like earlier today when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which is something we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific. Get together, try beverages.
What?
Surprise.
Oh my God, shocking.
I know. Hang out, talk with whatever happens to come up, whatever topics happens to arise, and and just have some fun. Also, Andrew lets you know what's going on throughout the week in the gaming world, what he's going to be doing, the different farming that might be happening.
That's true. There could be farming.
Yes, there could be farming.
Right.
Maybe not, but other stuff that's going on, and what beverage he will have by his side as he does those things. So follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Jogging. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to hurt my knees. I don't jog. Or my ankles. Actually, my knees have always been okay. I've always been a little weaker on the ankles. Things that synergize against players or system enemies. Things that specifically synergize with other builds. Perks for grenade, eccentric classes, etc. Yeah. So Conan's.
Is that the technical definition?
That is the technical definition there. Yeah. You're looking for things that I would need to, there are definitely.
Handsome Pete.
Handsome Pete makes an appearance.
Pete, you got some customers.
Baker, thank you for the handsome Pete. I appreciate it.
Of course. You got some customers.
But yeah, no, that's definitely a way, like I said, not just, damage things, but also, because within your character that you play in Destiny, like I said, you would definitely have different abilities and things. So there are certain weapons like, if I use this.
I'm weak like any other man. I'm just a human.
Everyone's breaking out the points.
Drink a little. Yeah.
It's true.
I've smoked pot.
Kids in the Hall Season 6 back on Amazon
I've
Prime, I think.
Heroin. A few times, yeah.
That's the best.
And
a few times.
What I'm really trying to do now is I'm really, really, really trying hard to cut down on the number of times that I try heroin in a day.
Oh, Dave Foley, it's so good. You know what I have not watched in a long time is Kids in the Hall Brain Candy. Did you ever watch the movie?
I never. No, I don't.
Where's the Eric Carbonuino? The Eric Carbonuino breaks the rules.
All the points are going.
Just like his hero. Come on, who's your hero, Cartman? Tom Brady. Right, and what does Tom Brady do after breaking the rules? Deny and subvert. Yeah!
Deny and subvert.
What would Tom Brady say if he got caught shoplifting? Everybody shoplifts, why are you coming down on me? Yeah!
That's also good. 9 Helens agree.
Now, Rebecca, counseling people is what I do. Please let me help.
They'll all be on a cooldown.
All right, Pleasure. It's just that I can't seem to make anything work. Robin is in prison. I manage this crummy bar. My career is at a standstill. I'm miserable. I'm lonely. And now I have to sell my Mercedes.
I see. Well, I'll give you $5,000 cash and take over your payments.
6,000 firm.
Deal.
Thank you.
Damn, it's good to heal.
Sushi, Conan, Baker, thank you all for the redemptions. Appreciate it. No, I can't remember.
Yeah, no, I don't. We were talking about. I don't know if it was just a timing thing or what. I never watched any of the episodes. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I just happened to one time see the.
You've seen the ones that I put up.
The golf one, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't even know how I saw it, but I did, and I think for some reason I remember seeing it at Dave's house when we lived there. So that's like the mid '90s.
There's Kids in the Hall bit about that. These are the Daves I know. These are the Daves I know. These are the Daves.
And there was that, and there's a bit you told me about that I always thought was funny. The
farmer and stuff.
Well, no, again.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
upstairs.
Yeah. So that's from the Kids in the Hall Brain Candy.
Oh, okay.
So that's
right.
from the movie. Yeah,
okay.
That is hilarious.
Okay.
But that one's all. Yeah, that one's just like all of them like turning the thing into a movie. But yeah, that's also the. That's also. Sorry, I'm going to be blue here for a second. That's the. Of course, I told him to fuck off. Oh, good for you, Don. Great job. But on the outside, I said I'd consider it. Good. Like it's like a board meeting or something.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
from that
right.
one, and that's
Okay.
also the like the two people are arguing at the beginning, and it's what is it? How could you sleep with my sister and then tell me about it? Sure, I told you, baby, but don't shoot the messenger. It's fucking stupid. Of course, I told him to fuck. Good, John. Good for you. But on the outside, I said I'd consider it. Luke fucking Skywalker. Yeah, I would. Like I said, yeah, I'm gonna have to give that a shot and see how the season 6 actually winds up looking. But yeah, hopefully that'll be as good as it always is. So next week, podcasting.
I don't know. You sent me a recipe, but I have to get.
Yeah, do we have that? I mean, obviously, I think I have the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I probably still have some of the ginger beer too from the Trader Joe's. I think I've got some of that left.
Kind of up in the air.
Do you know what that
really.
is? Do you even know what the? Did you look at what the thing was?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
I've heard of it.
Heard of it.
I've seen you make toast. You can't butter it. You can't butter it.
Good times. I've seen you make toast.
I've seen
can't
you
butter
make toast. You can't butter it.
I can make us maybe some toast. Yeah, so I honestly don't know. I think maybe a beer might pop up, but We'll have to just let inspiration. We'll have to be open to inspiration.
Okay.
And we'll have to just have it. And if anybody has a suggestion, I know
Wouldn't
they
that
might
be
let
neat?
you know throughout the week. Maybe if something, but we'll figure something out definitely. But like I said, I wouldn't mind doing a mixed drink if we want to go that route as well. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah, wouldn't that actually be super cool if
we let our listeners do the work for us.
Oh my God, exactly. If they actually
do
have
the R&D.
suggestions.
Come on, do
if
some R&D.
they actually have some suggestions, that would be super cool. You could, perhaps, hit us up on Twitter, like all the social media things. I can actually go back here. I'm going to make it super easy on you. Shameless plug. Hit the follow button on Twitter. Send us a message. You can either DM or just put something out there.
We'll put our
start
phone
a
numbers
conversation.
up. Oh wait, no, we won't do that.
No, Keith can if you'd like. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, looks like you found our target acquired.
I found somebody target acquired. But yeah, like I said, if you guys want to hit us up with some things that you think we can actually find, like I said, if it's a spirit or something like that, it can be found at Total Wine. Probably we can get our hands on it. Beer wise and stuff like that. Sometimes we can. But yeah, you guys are more than welcome to let us know. We'd greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I think obviously we'll come up with something. As we always do.
As we do.
But thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate the conversation. Pomegranate Gin Fizz of Gigantic Brewing. Pomegranate Gin Fizz from Gigantic Brewing.
I don't
know. What is the one that we always... Oh, no. What's the one with the dinosaurs on it that we...
beer. Toppling Goliath.
Toppling Goliath.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a G in there somewhere. We'll have to look for that. Oh, that's right. Was that the ones RX that we were looking at that they had the cola and stuff too? No, there was something. Remember there was... Oh, that was the kombucha. Was it the kombucha?
I mean, we could try another one of those.
We could do another kombucha or something. But yeah, there was those ones that we could order. Remember, because I was sad that they were out of it because they had like some different colas and things. Like they had the hard kombucha, but then there was like almost like soda kind of versions.
Oh, right.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to look for some of those. But yeah, keep your cards and letters coming.
That's right.
Like I said, again, hit us up on Twitter. Like I said, please follow us there. And throw some suggestions our way, and we'll see what we can find and cobble together. But yeah, thank you guys all for being here. We are going to go raid Mano right now. Mano is doing some raids. He's probably doing help raids because that is how he makes his the good things happen for the Destiny community. He's always helping out other people that have not gotten through the raid, need their clears and whatnot, helping out with Grandmasters, all that kind of stuff. Really, really nice guy. So let's go say hi to him. We will see you all. Should we do it next week? What do you think?
Next week? Well, they'll probably see you tomorrow, right?
You'll see me tomorrow? Why would you see me tomorrow?
No? Not tomorrow?
You'll see me tomorrow?
No, they'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, they'll see me tomorrow. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Yeah. I thought you said I'll see you tomorrow.
They'll see you tomorrow.
Also, I was like, oh my God, what did I agree to?
They will see you tomorrow.
I was frightened. I was scared.
They will see you tomorrow.
You will see me tomorrow. 9 a.m. Pacific,
next
noon
week.
Eastern. And
I will be back. We'll be back.
We will be back. Let's go say
Take
hi
care,
to
everyone.
Mano.
Have a good night.
Good night.